Wow. Okay, we're finally back underway. We had an issue. We basically saved the boat from crashing into the rocks. So we all went to the beach, and we had good sight of the boat, so we felt comfortable enough to do that. And we noticed that the boat was starting to get closer and closer to shore. I thought, oh, maybe it was just the angle of the boat and where I was looking, but no, it was definitely getting closer to shore. So all hands on deck. I jumped into the dinghy and we raced back. Basically got there and the boat was maybe 15 meters from a cliff wall, and we were probably in like 2.5 meters of water.
Retirement, the final chapter. These are the adventures of the Great Banana. Its one-year mission: to explore strange new foods, to seek out new pastas, and new ways to screw things up. To boldly go where no banana has gone before.
So before I continue with our story, let's back up to where we were. We had just finished Easter and we were preparing for our next sailing season. So here's chapter 2 of Sailing for Dummies. Okay, so I have my friend Denny over, that Michelin star chef, and he's helping me mark the chain. So yes, we have a chain counter. It hasn't been calibrated yet, but it's also a good idea to have the chains marked with these little markers, and we'll show you how they go in later. But basically we're going to mark them every 10 meters, and then that'll help us when we anchor. But this is not normal? You don't have inches? Okay, so you need centimeters.
Yes.
All right.
We do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.5. Around here. It doesn't. It's not like 10 centimeters more or less.
Yeah. Exact. Okay. Okay, so reefing is done when the winds are too high and you want to make your sails smaller so that the wind doesn't catch as much and you don't go out of control. And there's basically 3 reefs to this sail: first, second, and third. And those are the green, brown or beige, and red lines. So right now we're just trying to figure out, or we're trying to set when this green line gets to a point where it's going to be tight against this halyard, which is the yellow line. That's where we want to set the mark on the reef line, and that'll become more apparent to you when I make the mark. But basically you see how that green line is being tensioned now, and it's going to be at the bottom of the sail. The line was too far in from the angle of that circle anchor point, and you want to have it at least 5 centimeters outside of the anchor point so that there's that tension outwards. You don't want to have the line inside like this way, 5 centimeters. You want to have it outside 5 centimeters. So that's what we're just changing right now. So using the winch, we tighten down on this reef point until it's about, the line's pretty tight. And then we have to now tighten the main halyard, which is the yellow line, which is that line that takes the mast all the way top. So we have to tighten that up so that the sails are tight. So now you've got the green on the bottom and the yellow, the main line, still tightening on the top. Okay, you're happy there?
Yep. This one.
So we adjusted the halyard back to tighten up a little bit so that we have a little bit of spacing on the bottom there, and it's still really tight. Okay?
Yeah. We want to come up a little bit more to have a steeper angle. So we release the topping line a little bit.
Release the topping line because we want
the reefing line.
Oh, the reef line. Okay.
And then tension the halyard again.
Okay, so these are the final adjustments. So we're gonna loosen that, see how we loosen that up, and the sail goes up, better angle. And now we have to tension the main halyard again, which is the yellow line. Okay, so now that we made our final adjustments to the halyard, which is the yellow line, and the first reef, which is the green line, I'm gonna use this Sharpie to mark that point, so I know that, you know, when there's high winds and we're getting a little nervous, things are getting hectic, I'll know exactly how far to pull up the green line. Okay, to do the next one, which is the brown one, we release the halyard. Okay, and then we're going to release that clutch. Okay, so this is the second reef, the brown line, and see how that's on a 45-degree angle there, and that's held by that point here. So now we are double checking on the back to make sure that's a position that we like. So the rope is tensioning back, which is nice. That's what you want. And now do we need to adjust the halyard? Or we're good?
No, we are good.
Perfect. Okay, same sort of thing. You want to have that red line angled away so you get some good tension. And then we're going to pull down on the halyard and tension the reef line until we get some good tension on the sail. Okay, got the first reef marked. And the second reef marked. Don't ask me why I put 3 dots. I just put 3 dots on all of them. Okay, so we adjusted the red reef, so let's see how everything's nice and parallel, and that's what we want. You know, having Will here helping me out just sort of reminded me how lucky we are to have friends like that. You know, just met the guy in the marina a few months back, and you know, he's willing to take some time out of his day. He had guests over and everything like that, and still came by to help me because he knew that I was leaving soon. So yeah, it just reminded me about the whole reason why my wife and I chose this, you know, boating thing as a way to start our retirement. And it was because we had heard such great things about the boating community. And for us, it was really important not just to have that, you know, to meet nice people and to have that group of support, but it was important for safety reasons, you know, and because I knew absolutely nothing coming into this. So anyways, we're really thankful for that. Anybody out there who is thinking about giving an adventure like this a try, it's important to think about community and the infrastructure and the support that from the people that you have around you. So anyways, take care. Okay, and we're off. So this is, we're leaving Licata now. I wanted to film a little bit before, but it's always a little more, you know, hectic when you're trying to get underway and things like that. But we are finally off on our way to Sardinia. We have a captain, Moro, and he brought along his girlfriend, Giovanna. So we just, yeah, like I said, we left Ragusa, and we're on our way to Licata to get a little bit of work done on the boat. We'll stay there overnight. The work will get done during the day. We'll do some provisioning, and then we'll set off sail again to Agrigento, and then the plan is to go from there to this place called the Favignana Islands, and they're supposed to be beautiful. So anyways, we're very excited. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, right? Probably closer to 4 now. We should be in Licata by around 10 a.m. And yeah, so we'll maybe film a little bit when we get to the port. Man, this is so beautiful. You can see the lights of Ragusa behind us. And I know you can't see the stars or anything like that. But beautiful, peaceful night. Stars are out. I mean, they can probably get brighter. We still have a lot of light pollution from the city. And Giovanna's just sitting there watching. It's so peaceful. There's a beautiful moon. We have a crescent moon. And out in the distance, I don't know if you can see it there, but is Mount Etna. And you can see actually there's a there is a smoke cloud coming from the volcano. Okay. Well, I feel like a new man. I took a shower, a nap, and I'm ready to take my second night shift, actually. The first one was amazing. I really enjoyed the night shift. It was peaceful, it was calm. It was only about 3 hours, and actually not even 3 hours. But yeah, it went through no problems. We went through some of the nav, and yeah, overall it was a good time. So tonight, midnight to 3 a.m. shift, and I'll let you know how it goes. Okay, this is the first time at a fuel dock, and I actually parked it perfectly, right on the side, gently. And so this is our first fueling, and it's about 300 liters.
690 euros.
Ooh. Okay, 690 euros.
The boat and we run?
Yes. Okay, here we go. Well, 99%, 100%, close enough. And water's still at 92%, so we're looking good. On to Favignana, and then on to Sardinia. Here we are in Favignana. So it's supposed to, it looks nice in the pictures, but there's nothing really here. And I think it's really dead on in the off season, so I don't think any of the shops are open. But that's a really cool castle. So we're gonna head into the bay just for an hour, maybe take a walk around town, and then we're gonna head to Sardinia. This is cool. So this is the house of Florio, the family, the Florio family, who invented canned tuna. And they became a very powerful, rich and powerful family for a couple hundred years, and supposedly they lost it all. But this was the original tuna cans. I mean, they invented canned tuna. Isn't that cool? Okay, that was a nice pit stop. Anyways, back to our crossing to Sardinia. It was going to be 30 hours, so it actually proved to be a good time to practice some sailing skills with the help of Mauro, who gave us further instruction.
I don't have to do it around it once?
No, not for now.
Yeah. Is it on the... No, it's not.
I don't know, hold on.
And after that back-breaking work, time for some stretching. Okay, we're now doing Pilates. And Alicia's doing starfish. This is hard work. Oh. So here we are on the way to Sardinia. We're crossing over from Favignana, or the Egadi, I don't know, islands. So those are the islands kind of behind us, and that way is Sardinia. So as you can see, the seas are completely calm, flat. There's unfortunately no wind, which means we're motoring. But later on tonight, we're hoping to get some winds. We'll be going straight downwind supposedly. So we're gonna try butterflying our sails, which is where the mainsail is out to one side completely. And we're gonna use this code 0 on the other side. So we'll see what happens. I'll keep you up to date. Okay, so we are motor sailing. Normally at like 1900 RPMs, we're going like 5.5, but looks like we are going 6.8, so maybe we'll getting like a knot in very light winds. So I've made myself a little igloo here. I'll try to cover this light so there's not as much glare. Anyways, I'm sitting here on top of the helm, doing my night watch. It's about 2 a.m. and I've got a shift until, 3 a.m. and I got a shift until 4. So the night sail's been going okay, pretty smooth, nothing special. But before all this, as the nights first began, we tried all these different sail configurations because the wind was behind us. And I learned that catamarans don't sail very well with the wind directly behind us. And the reason is because so the mainsail can only catch the wind so far. The mainsail doesn't go out like that because it hits shrouds, which are like these wires that hold up the lazy bag where the sail goes in, and also the things that keep the mast up. Anyways, unlike monohulls, which can take their sails right across the bow, catamarans can only turn their sails so far, so it doesn't really catch the wind very far. So we have something else called the Code Zero, which is this really big sail in the front, and when you bring that out, it catches a lot of wind. But when the wind's right behind you, it just sort of pushes you, and it doesn't really give you that aerodynamic foil effect that you get when the wind is blowing at a at a 90-degree angle, which is called a beam reach. Anyways, we tried all sorts of different configurations, including this butterfly formation, which is where the Code Zero is on one side and the mainsail is on the other side, so you've got these sails on both sides of the boat. We tried 2 on one side, 2 on the other side, and I just couldn't get anything to work. But we went through pretty much every scenario, so that was kind of cool, because I learned a lot about how putting up the sails sometimes into the wind is really difficult. So you got to make sure that you're really against the wind. You put the sails up so there's no friction on the sail. There's no nothing to stop the sails from going up or down. But anyways, yeah, we decided to take the sails back down because there's just no wind, so we're motoring basically to Sardinia. And I'll catch you later when we get there. See ya. Hey, so the last 6 hours, I guess, it's been pretty epic sailing. We hit a record 9.3 with only about 15 knots of wind. We had the Code Zero out, and I trimmed the sails to as good as I could get it. Like, I mean, so there are these things called telltales, and they're like little strings on the sail to tell you the wind direction. And it's difficult, and you really want them horizontal. And it's hard to get them horizontal on the top as well as the bottom, on the outside of the sail as well as the inside of the sail. And I got that, and we were flying. So like I said, we hit a top speed of 9.3. We were probably averaging over 8 for at least 2-3 hours. And it took a long time to trim the sails perfectly, but that was a lot of fun. The waves started getting bigger, but we expected that. And now we're just coming into the southern tip of Sardinia, and there's a mistral coming in, so we had to really rush to get here. We originally wanted to spend some more time in Favignana, but the mistral is going to last for like 5 days, so we decided to book it to Sardinia. So total travel time to Sardinia was probably just over 30 hours, included a night sail, so that was my second or third night sail. And then we had a full day's travel to Licata, so we've been traveling and sailing quite a bit over the last few days. Anyways, I'll catch up with you when we hit Cagliari. So this video is getting a little long, so I'll end it here. You guys will have to stay tuned until the next episode, where you see what happened on that fateful day where we were on the beach and we watched as our boat drifted away. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, and hope to see you next week.